guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to apologize for not being on posting or anything. I love to give you guys a nice amazing excuse, but I do not have one because of the fact that I'm just lazy and don't want to get up. But yeah, not about today is I decided that since we are in quarantine, then we should probably go on Netflix and watch a whole bunch of movies because why not? Basically, I'm just gonna tell you guys how much Netflix movies you guys can watch in case you guys are bored. So, here's my social medias, and let's just get started. Okay, so if you like horror movies, this is a good movie for you. It is called Polaroid, and basically what it is this girl gets a Polaroid camera, and every time she takes a picture of it, the thingy, like a shadow goes on that person and they'll die and stuff. So it's like kind of about that and trying to save your friends from like dying, and they kind of come up with it and you kind of like they get the spirit, and it's just really cool watching it. So yeah, the second one we have is Valentine's Day. I 100% love this movie. Basically a whole bunch of different couples and stuff on just, it's Valentine's Day, so it's just all celebrate Valentine's Day, and then they all kind of like meet together like at the end, kind of like they're all like friends or something. So it's kind of cool. Julia Roberts and Emma Roberts is in it, so of course it's gonna be like the best because yeah. It's called All the Bright Places. Basically this girl lost her sister. I don't know when it happened, but she was kind of like socially awkward, and then this guy came, and then they kind of worked on a project, and then they get close, and kind of they just happy together, and it's really sad, like watching it, and the ending like breaks your heart. So like, warning. The next one we have is The Lost Girls. Basically, this woman started as a prostitute, and then she goes missing, and it's basically kind of cool. It's like, basically like all these people's daughters are prostitutes, and then go missing, and it's like no one really cares because it gets a prostitute, but like they're like, prostitutes are human too. You don't have to call them that and stuff. So it's like kind of like really cool, and I think it's based off a true story. I do not know. I'm pretty sure it is. We have Life as We Know It. So we have two people married, wife and a husband, and they have a baby, and then they end up going into an accident. So two complete strangers, like the wife and husband's best friends, hate each other, and they have to go like take care of the baby themselves. And it's so cool watching, like, because they've raised their own parents before and they don't like each other. So it's so cool watching them do that, and it's so funny. Next one is Package. It does show some Package has eggplant. Eggplant is like basically all these friends on a camping trip, and this guy has like a knife or something and gets missed. Like something happens, and he accidentally chops off his package, and then put it in a cooler, so they can sew it back on. And the friends come, and they realize that there were two coolers, and in the cooler that they gave like the hospital people a whole bunch of beers, and the cooler they have is the guy's package. So it's just funny watching all the friends like try and get back to the hospital where the guy is, so like they can get his penis back. That's funny. This is Spy Kids. When I found it on Netflix, I was like so happy because like I love this movie. Basically, it's just these two parents are spies, and then they get kidnapped by this one guy, so like, the kids have to go and save them. It's so good to watch. We have a platform. So basically, it's a thing where you sign up, and you only get a certain like platform for like I think like 28 days, I think, and like you get a certain amount of food and stuff. Like the higher the platform you are, like the more food you'll get, and people at the bottom, so watching them all survive, and it goes like down, so there's never enough where you could feed everyone. So yeah. We have Creep. I don't know if you know about this one. It's kind of creepy, but it's like this guy is like a video person, so it's like watching that. I didn't know if I'd like it since it's like a guy's like on a, so it's kind of like a guy's vlog and everything that's going on. But I did like it. I watched it so many times. It's so cool. Basically, this guy hires him to record him, and then he actually turns out to be some creepy stalker, and he ends up stalking the guy. And it's so like it's not funny, but it's just so creepy. It's the second one on Netflix, but it's not as good as the first one. So like if you want to watch the second one, it's okay. You can watch it, but the first one is way better. Next we have is Despicable Me. When I found that on Netflix, I was happy. Guys, have no idea what this is. Like, get your head out of the gutters and like watch it, because like you never watch like that. It's just basically it's a villain, and he wants to get the moon, and then gets like foster kids, and it's just, I love it. Next we have this other hood. It's a little bit inappropriate, but you know what? It's good. So basically what happens is three moms, their three sons, like go somewhere and like they just kind of like ignore them. So the moms are going to go see like the sons on Mother's Day, and they try to get close to the sons, and it's kind of funny just watching them get close to the sons and stuff. Now we have what happened on Monday. Basically they're in a world where you're only allowed to have one kid, and if you don't, then like that person, like that kid gets killed and stuff. And basically it's about a person who has 7 kids each day of the week. So like, and they're all like identical. So they had to like go and take on this one person. Like, you know, like all names is Monday, Tuesday, like those names, and then Monday gets kidnapped or something. So they have to all get and figure out. And it is so cool. I honestly have loved this movie. I've watched it so many times already, and it's just wow. We have Benji, if you guys know, it's basically just about a dog, and he helped, and he's like a stray dog, and he finds like these little kids, and like they become like best friends, and the mom makes the dog leave. So then the kids end up getting kidnapped, and the dog ends up helping them find the kidnapped kids, and it's kind of cool. Like I was kind of bored when I was watching, but then like when the kids, like when I started like watching them more, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Now we have is Hush. Basically, it's like a quiet movie. It's about a deaf woman, and she's in like the middle of nowhere, and some guy comes and tries to kill her. So it's basically about a deaf woman trying to figure out how to like survive and how to like not die with this guy. We have The Roommate. Hutchfield People, Cat Graham, and Nina Dobrev playing it. Vampire Diaries basically is about how they go into college, and this roommate comes in, and she becomes like really like obsessed with the person and like kills these people and like does all the stuff that make the person so like only for her. Watch the Final Destination series. All of them are on Netflix except for the final one. That's how I've seen like all of them because Netflix. I don't know if they're all still on it, so like don't come at me. But it's so good. It's basically like something happens, and like a person gets like knows what happens. Like they all die. So like they cheat death, and then like the death comes back and haunts them. It comes back with them. And it's just so cool to watch. We have Goosebumps. Basically, we watch all the Goosebumps like series and stuff. Basically, it says Jack Black, and then a whole bunch of kids like open a box and all the stories come to life. So you know that happens, and you know Jack Black is all starting to kind of save it. And watch Goosebumps. Watch Goosebumps 2. This is the second one. Basically, it's they open up this box, and it has that little, I forgot his name. It's like that little puppet guy and stuff, and he comes and stuff, and he wants to be like a family, but like they don't let him and stuff, and then he kind of just has to take over Halloween, so they have to go and fix that. It's so cool, and clearly since Jack Black is in it, it's gonna be a lot better. Just Friends, it is so cool. It's about how a super overweight kid had a crush on his best friend, and she was like super pretty, like a cheerleader, like all that, and then they grew up, and he became super like hot and popular and stuff, and he goes back to his home, and he tries to get with her in like all these ways, and it's so funny to watch him fail, and it's just, you guys love it. We have Clueless. Basically it's about like this woman, it's like a 90s movies. I love 90s movies, like I'm getting into them, so I watch them. Basically it's this girl, and then she like thinks something's about her, and she's like kind of dumb and stuff, and then she helps her friend get like, when she helps her friend, and her friend gets kind of more popular than her kind of, and then she kind of doesn't have anything, so like she kind of learns like she doesn't get everything she wants, and like to help people in need, and it's just so cool and it's so funny. Next we have is Truth or Dare. There are 2 movies on this one. Only one of them is on Netflix, but the one I'm talking about, in case you guys get confused or something, is a 2017 version. But this one's basically like go in a house, and they play Truth or Dare, and then they get comes and haunts them, so they have to play like 3 rounds of the game, like everyone. It's just, you know, you watch it, it's a horror movie, and there's some gruesome scenes, like they had to cut off their body parts, and that was just, I had to go watch it. And the guy had to take out his tooth, and I couldn't watch that either. Okay. Now we have his 13 Sins. Basically, this guy is poor and doesn't have any money, and his wife is pregnant. So if someone calls him, he says if he does 13 dares, he can get money for doing them, but he has to do them all, or he doesn't get any money. Just cool to watch it, and then, yeah. Next we have this Eli. It is so good as if this kid is like not able to go in like outside, maybe outside in the sunlight, or would kill him. So his parents go and bring him into this house, like help him, and a whole bunch of stuff just comes up and creeping out. And the ending is such a freaking plot twist. Like I did not see it coming at all, and I loved it. House at the end of the street. That is the last final one. Basically, this mother and daughter move into the house, and there's this guy, and his sister killed all of his parents, killed his like parents and stuff, and or something. And then like everyone hated that kid, and like the daughter got close to the kid. Like the kid has a secret. It's just so cool to watch how like everything has affected his life, what it really is. So yeah, if I want me to do part 2 of this, I will. But these are some movies you can watch on Netflix that is not on quarantine. Yeah, these are really good movies. I can try and do something else.